Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Skulk. Continuing on our little journey with... I forgot her name already. Dang. It's in the book. We can always look in the book because... Gosh dang it. Well, we're going to continue our story with her. Loading up. There we go. Just for a quickie, I'm going to look in the book to... her name was... Leah. Alright, so into the forest, and when we meet a nest, go left. So we already explored everywhere we could around here, and this is the workshop. Oh, okay. By the way, I was also going to do something. Difficulty, I'm going to go to Custom, Smart Cursor, Active, Manual. Because having that speech bubble on Grandma the whole time was a little bit of a bother. So, object cursor, active, smart. Just to, so I can click on things and stuff, but I hold space when I want to see things. And that was correct, right? It was active zones, yes. Alright. So I can just do that. Boy, this axe is really stuck in the log. I can't pick it up. Gosh dang. Oh well, we don't need an axe. Maybe we will, but... Oh look, giant chest! Whoa! Just like in my childhood, my favorite workshop. I have to check the workshop first, and then I'm free to wander. Let's see. Let's try this. This chest clearly has a different lock. This key doesn't fit in there. Okay. Whew, look at all them sparkles. Fox kind has always dreamt of flight. Grandpa wasn't just a pilot. He loved flying. Tools. Grandpa always kept them in their place and looked after them. I meant to... there. Well, why would I turn it on? It's broad daylight. You're asking yourself or telling me? Common table lamp. Oh, wait. Swiss Army knife! That's my grandpa's, grandfather's knife. I remember it. It's grandfather's folding knife. I used to like it so much, and now it's mine. Jars and bottles. Empty and useless. No! Empty, yes. Useless, nah. Have you seen The Legend of Zelda? Whenever you get a bottle, it's the best thing ever! You can hold potions and bottle fairies, which, if you think about it, is very unkind to the fairy. But still, you can hold potions and go whop, just glug it down, and you're back to full health or mana, whatever it needs. So they're not useless. Just think, Zelda, Legend of Zelda, many uses. An old radio. Grandpa used to listen to it all the time. What if I turn it on? I'll try. What if it works anyways? Oh, great. Now that's without a doubt a useless box. Well, not useless. You just have to find someone who fixes it. Now that's just a useless box with lamps, wires, chips, and magnets. Still not useless. Depends on whose hands it's in. It's just useless to you, possibly. Drawer locked. I need a key. Seems like Grandpa has left his diary for me. I remember him writing in it. This is odd. Some pages are torn out. And so we agreed to move to the village after all. This place is so quiet and peaceful. We need nothing more. Greytail, my high school friend, told us about a vacant house that we could buy back in his home village. And it turned out pretty cozy. Blankety blank, blankety blank blank. Yesterday, Greytail told me there was a solution. Sure enough, he showered me with complicated terms, and I barely understood half of it. What matters is, there's a solution. We're getting out first thing tomorrow. Apparently there's something going on. Let me turn on the light. Because the sun is going. And by the end of last episode, which I carry on pretty much right after that, the sun is already dimmed. You know, set over the horizon. It's not even words of a song, I'm just doing that. It's been more than a week since our return, and he's just locked himself in his house. A quest has been on for years. A mere week is nothing still. No, nothing. Still. Even this suspense is killing me. Blankety blank blank. We embark on another trip today. Much farther this time, beyond the lake. The local forest is much more ancient, but oddly enough, there are settlements there too. Greytail has been talking to an old lady by the river until well into the evening. This is where we stayed for the night. We'll be on our way home tomorrow. Blankety blank blank blank. We go herb gathering weekly now. Greytail keeps reassuring me that the solution is getting closer. But all I see is it drifting away as days go by. It's been more than 2 months, and he's still struggling to find the right formula. Fire! Everything has burned down, and he hardly seemed to notice. He said he'd moved to his grandpa's old house, and the next day he was pulling me back into the forest. He was telling me something about the mines beyond the lake, but I was still shocked by what had happened and was hardly paying blankety blank blank. Oh wait. Why is it? Oh well. Paying attention. 6 months of work burned down in an hour. We've spent almost a week in the mines, but it was worth it. We came back home with new ingredients, and in another 2 days, Greytail came to visit us and left the oh-so-long-awaited gift. Later he explained to me it was but a temporary solution. There was still a lot of work ahead of us, but it was still much more effective than anything we've that we've tried over the years. Yes, Grandpa, write it in there, because he couldn't write correctly. Greytail suggests a trip to the mountains. I, too, have heard the old lady tell stories of a temple in the mountains. Maybe there we'll find a solution. But for the first time in all these years, we're actually enjoying life. I'm thinking of a transfer to an airport closer to the village so that I could spend more time with my family. And it looks like we have a baby on the way. Old interest. What are those solutions? Who's that Greytail? Those places are torn out. Now I'll try to keep my own diary. Oh, let's take another look-see. My first entry. Old entries. Mythology. First entry. I haven't been to Grandpa's since my early childhood, but recently she has invited me to... Oh, Grandma. Grandma and Grandpa is just one letter off. My bad. But recently she has invited me to visit her in the village for the summer holidays. I was so happy I could hardly wait till the completion of my studies. After a long night on the train, I got off at the Hillshire station and hurried to Grandma's house. After all these years, she hasn't changed a bit. She's still as sweet and kind as I remember. We decided to have some tea, but it turned out she had run out of it. So she offered me to get some from Corsak. I remember that strange old fox. He's a local herbalist, and lives in a house under the tree he calls the den. In my childhood, I was so terrified to go there, even with my grandpa. Corsak always seemed a little strange to me, and I felt uncomfortable in his den. But the lack of tea feels wrong. I'll have to pay him a visit. Mythology. It's amazing what you can find in old hutches. I took Grandma's book, Creation of the World, and found a very interesting fact in it. Thoru was a great tortoise, the creator's firstborn daughter. Her emblem is the earth. Ulva was a weightless owl, the creator's second daughter. Her emblem is the moon, so earth, moon, and then the sun. And Leah was a fiery fox, the creator's youngest daughter. Her emblem is the sun. Now I understand why Granny has been calling me her sunbeam. I never knew I was named after a mythical original fox. Now we have other things to click on here, and I just want to be thorough on this game. I'm sure you guys would want that. I want that, which is why I'm doing it. A collection of butterflies. Poor things. Grandpa would collect and study everything to do with flight, even at the extent of little bugs' lives. I know bugs' lives aren't really long, but to be captured and then killed and pinned, if they were just dead already, then maybe. But this doesn't feel right. I treasure life. Wow, a real lantern. Woo! Too bad it's empty and has no wick. Oh, we got a tin can. I'll take it. A pile of various boxes. A bunch of junk under the table. I mean, you guys want to know about the junk under the table, right? Grandpa never finished building this model. He knew everything about flight and never stopped studying it. I have no idea what he needed these rocks for. Must have been a present or a souvenir. Yeah, because what's that have to do with anything? Due to the flight. Maybe I should up the walking speed, because even though it feels natural when she's walking, just for the sake of speed. Walking speed high. Hopefully it's not too fast. Not that bad. It feels natural. What's down here? Duh. Okay, no. I'm gonna need to have a lantern to even walk into Grandma's room. Because apparently there's no light switch. Or window for that matter. You see, speed walking is good exercise. It feels natural if it was on normal speed, but for the sake of time saving. Corsak, the old fox. He doesn't hide from society, does he? Quite the opposite. A great place for rest and a camping spot. My friends and I used to come here to play and hang out. We'd bring hot tea and sandwiches. I'd often bring pie for everyone. Indeed, my grandma is a pie master. Here we go. Corsak. Oh, pretty roses. Are we gonna pluck them all? We're gonna pluck them all, aren't we? Oh. Delicious raspberry. Am I just gonna be stuffing my face? Those are some freaking big raspberries. If we got berries that big, we just need like one of them for a jar of jam. Maybe two. Shall we have another? I can eat it forever. Well, you're gonna be, aren't you? Delicious raspberry. And that's not a bad sound effect, though you don't really want to hear someone in your ear, which is why I'm not doing it straight to the mic, but at least it has a good flowing one, instead of it being... Oh, whatever. I'm not going to do it to you guys. I can eat it forever. Well, you have one last one. So forever's now. Delicious raspberry. That's cute. Corsak. You can't miss this sign. Not unless leaves grow over it. But if it does, he's probably gonna go out there and swipe it off. One of these that looks like flies are over it. Ew, what a slob lives in this burrow. Piles of garbage, apple stubs, plums, and cherry stones. This place hasn't seen cleaning in for ages. Piles of garbage under the tree. An old rope we used to lift things up with. The bravest of us were able to use it to climb back down. Alright. I don't recall this burrow being here. Hello? Anyone? How are you? Burrow, the nest. How are you? Hello, my name's Leah. How do you do? Say, how long have you been living here? I don't remember this burrow from before. This used to be our house. I mean, the nest on the tree. Bye. Maybe I'll come back later. Such a nice I don't know what the word was or how to read it. What a nice Aww. Ooh, we got a diary entry! The nest. I climbed into the nest today. That's what we used to call our old oak tree house back in the childhood. I remember Grandpa. I gotta watch for the P and the M for the grandmapa. I remember Grandpa taking me home there whenever my friends and I stayed until dark, and I was afraid to go home alone. He would come to the oak with this lantern and call us by shouting like an owl. And then we'd walk back together, see my friends to their homes, and soon be home ourselves. Childhood. It is. Childhood just has so much adventure to it. When you get older, adventure is apparently to many people is not adventure unless it's grown up kind of adventure, where you explore the seas, explore the sky, explore the wonders of the world instead of your own backyard or down the creek or in a tree. Childhood is beautiful. I want to give my future children a good childhood. And heck, join in on it so I can have that childhood adventure once again. I'm not gonna be an old grumpy bum. Bench for gatherings. A rope for lifting things and brave folks up. A rope. A sun catcher. I think it's missing a bit of glass. Sun catcher. I think we used to hang something onto this hook. Oh, We don't have... I mean, we could put the lantern, but we don't have anything. This curtain used to be snow white. It shaded us from the bright morning sun. Now this curtain is covered in holes and not nearly as wide as it once was. Oh, a little puppet. Oh, this is my old doll. It's empty. Oh, I missed out on what she said next, but a tin can. An old doll. Shabby doll. Not sure what I'm going to be using all these things for, but you know what? We'll find out. Grandma's chicken pie. Alright, I guess we explored up here. I need to get some tea. So I guess clicking on her just gives me our objective again. Left. Oh, lots of lily pad. Oh. Ah. There used to be a fish in this swamp. Grandpa used to troll them. The fish like shiny things. Do I have a shiny thing? Well, I guess a jar of glass could be it, but we're not using it for that. There's no chance to get lost on your way to him. He makes sure of it. Well, it's just scenery. I've never been to that part of the forest before. I have no business there. Look at that. Look at that. Blueberries. Ooh. Don't starve all over again, except there's no blueberries in there. I already got some got a blueberry. You can't have more. Corsak must be growing some herbs here. I have no idea what he needs these for. Herbology is a fascinating thing. I want to learn that. I'm not strong enough to rip off this burdoc's leaf. Oh, okay. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Oh, wait. Smoke is coming out of the chimney, so our herbalist must be at home. Smoke is pouring out of the chimney. Hello, my name is Leah. I've come to get some tea from you. Oh well. Open sesame. In short, I came to Corsak's tea, but he's refusing to let me in. The door won't open. He's locked from the inside. It's locked from the inside. I have no idea how to smoke this old fox out of his den. Never thought this tea trip would turn out this tricky. Pie on the door? Okay. Grandpa's knife. I can't pick locks with knives. Candy? What now? Do I use something of my menu of items to do something? What am I using this letter for? Is it just for the big beginning introduction? I need this for gathering tea. Oh. Do I do that? These don't look like tea herbs. birdie. What to do? I'm not sure if there's something in my inventory that I have to use. But to walk all the way back, unless Grandma has something to say. Grandma? Grandma?
Yes, sweetheart?
Burnhouse, Corsak. As a kid, I used to be so scared of Corsak, but it seems he was friends with Grandpa.
Yes, they've been friends since their youth. They studied together. They would often go hiking after class, often on a quest. And then Corsak was cooped up in the den. He's immersed himself in herbalism research. Your grandpa went to visit him for some time, but he usually returned in a bad mood.
Aww. Gramps, I can't get to Corsak's. He locked himself in the den and I can't hear me.
Yes, he's a bit deaf. Well, why don't you think of a way to smoke the old fox out of his burrow?
I thought talking to you would probably help me with that. Smoke him out. Should I put the tin can on his chimney? And that would be horrible. What does Corsak make his tea of? Some special recipe?
I wish I knew. I've never asked him this.
Maybe I could come up with my own tea blend.
Don't even think about it. The forest is full of poisonous plants, and you need to know what to gather.
Okay, I won't. Yet. I mean, yeah. I miss Grandpa so much. Years have passed, but it still seems like yesterday we were crafting things in his shed.
True. You would spend days there, making ships and planes.
And then trying them out in the swamp, launching them from the nest. The diary. Guess what? That key was for the desk in the workshop. There was Grandpa's diary in it. Looks like he left it for me.
That's so like him. He loved to note everything.
Yes, there were old entries in his diary, but some pages appeared to be torn out. There must have been something very personal on them. I've never asked you before, but do you know who used to own that burnt house in the edge of the village?
Corsak used to live there. Didn't you know? He moved to his den for good after the fire. Now he lives there.
All right. Well, I guess I'll try again. Anything else? Okay. I can't click on the cactus. Alright. I guess I'll be back at Corsak's, because, walking time. Alright, let's try this. Maybe it doesn't fit. However, this would be too obvious. Doesn't fit? If I throw it up there, it won't cover the pipe. Newspaper? No. No, not the doll. Blueberries? It falls straight through the stove, onto the stove. This won't draw Corsak's attention. Not candy of any variety. Pie? No, not the pie. Maybe the pie. Mushroom. It'll just fall down the pipe. This has achieved nothing. What we got to our disposal? Oh, That is something. Shwink. Such an enormous leaf. An umbrella burdock. Alright, here we go. Ha-ha! Haha, excellent. Now he'll open the door. That's horrible! A little smoke won't hurt him. Oh, yes, it will.
The chimney must have gotten clogged with leaves again. I'll have to unplug it later. Oh well, I'll leave the door open to air the den.
Phew, almost got caught. Oh, got something. Chimney. Upon reflection, I did find a solution. The burdock plant next to Corsak den provided rather useful. I cut its leaf off with my knife and covered the chimney with it. The result was immediate. The door opened and the man himself emerged from a cloud of thick white smoke. Horrible. This is exactly how I pictured the appearance of a local herbalist. But life turned out... Oh, wait. This is exactly how I pictured... Okay. But life turned out far more prosaic. Don't know that word. He opened the door, mumbled something, and failed to notice me. Now I'll ask him to give me some tea at last. You mischievous... You mischievous fox, you. Good morning. My name's Leah. My grandma, Fina, has sent me here to get some tea from you.
Come a bit closer, child. I can't hear you.
My name's Leah. My grandma, Fina, has sent me to...
Nope, still can't hear a thing. Louder, please.
Oh, come on. My name is Leah. My grandma, Fina...
I can't hear a word you're saying.
Oh well. Hope spring eternal. Marvelous. So, how can I suppose to tell him what I need?
It's been a while since I've become a little on the deaf side. At least the mice don't bother me anymore. Can't hear them scratching all night long. You must have come to see the old herbalist in his den?
No, actually,
Old Corsak has something useful for everyone. Healing herbs, magical roots, dried worms, grasshopper legs.
That's creepy.
And love potions for young foxes.
Thanks, I can manage without them. So, what do I do with them? What do I do with him? Corsak. If only it was all this simple, but it was just the beginning. It turns out the old fox is deaf. I have no idea how to explain him, who I am, no, who am I? It should have been who I am, and what do I want? What I want. This is how I read. I can't reach him by shouting, but I must convey to him the reason I came, or I'm not getting any tea. How he manages to sell all his potions and grasshopper legs when he's deaf as a stone is beyond me. I have to say, his den feels just as uncomfortable as it was back in my childhood. Well, we'll have to figure that out in the next one. We don't have to, but I'm gonna. So, thank you guys for joining me on this journey. Now we just have to figure out how to convey to him that we want tea. And that her name is Leah. And that she's doing this for her grandma, which is friends to her husband. Is Grandpa dead? Probably. Old age can get to you like that. So, yeah. Thank you guys for stopping by and joining me on episode 2. And until I see you guys again, have a great day, everyone.